We all need to. We all need to.
Yes.
Here we go. Here we
Hi,
go.
everybody. We were laughing. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Janine's been all ready in her professional manner, and here comes.
Your professional hair.
At least one of us is professional. Oh, they follow our story, though. My mom's back in the hospital today after we finally had her um, all taken care of and stuff, and they can't find what's wrong with her. That's the frustrating part. But I was laughing with Janine because I said, but when I was up visiting her, she like wants me to stay. And I'm like, I gotta get home from my call. And she's like, could you order my dinner? And I'm like, you have chest pain, but you can eat dinner.
God bless them. You just have to God bless them, and that's all you can do is God bless them.
And just so you guys don't all think I'm the worst person in the world, although I am sometimes.
You're not.
She did like her EKGs and everything. She's not in imminent danger as far as we can see, but so I'm not that heartless. But hello, everybody. Here
Hey,
we
I have to
come.
say, I think a lot of us are there's a bunch of people coming in. I think a lot of us are in the same boat, with our parents. I mean, we went through it with my mom, went through it with my mother-in-law, my father-in-law.
Yes.
It's you come to a certain age. I was just talking about this at Easter yesterday. Get to a certain age where first of all, you're like timing out, and these people they get sick, and it is what it is, and you have to deal with it. So you're doing all the right things, and we're sorry we're late, guys. We are 15 minutes off. We didn't want to waste any of your time. Hope you all saw the little message. You're all popping in now, so it's looking good, looking good. Mary Grace, did you have a nice Easter yesterday with your grandchildren and your children?
Yes, we had the whole shebang here, the Easter egg hunt and the baskets and the whole bit. I went in a
Nothing more
different
fun
direction. Yeah, I
than
went
an
a different
Easter egg hunt.
direction because maybe you guys can give me some ideas for next time in the comments. But a couple of them are getting older, like one's 14 and that's my nephew. And then my oldest grandson is 11. And then the two littler ones are good. But I get, every year I'm like buying new baskets and nobody wants the baskets. I mean that age. So I got them backpacks this year with their names on it. And they really
Oh,
liked that. And then I just put stuff inside of it. So,
I think that's an excellent idea. Cash is king. Sometimes they don't really just
yes.
need anything but just a little bit of cash. Anthony has the same basket because of course I was with the basket
So
company.
you saved them. Yeah.
2001, whatever the basket was for the year that the child was born is the year you bought that basket for them, and then that's what you use, and that's what I use. I've been using for 25 years, and of course my son will be 25 this year, and you're darn tootin' he got an Easter basket. So
I
we
did that
still do
too
that.
until I had grandchildren. In
Yeah,
fact,
and
I
then you
think
do
my
the
kids are a
grandchildren.
little
Yeah.
disappointed. They're like, where's our stuff?
And it's like, yeah, you guys timed out. Now it's our turn. Well, welcome to everybody. Thank you for waiting on us. We apologize, but we are here and we are ready to chit chat about direct sales and Park Lane and all the good things. This is called your free jewelry live stream, coming to you every Monday night right here on the Grace and Grid Studio business page and in our group. We're also live on YouTube tonight, and we are live on Facebook. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We hope you had a fantastic Easter, and we hope that you got a little message from your stylist either yesterday or today, just kind of inviting you to this live stream. And that is something that I hold very near and dear to my heart, because in my mind, if someone invited you to this, they thought that highly of you, that they
Yes.
wanted to share this opportunity with you. So please drop in the comments and let us know who invited you tonight. Definitely tag your stylist. We're going to jump right in with a 4-question format that we use. We go off script a little too.
Yeah.
4-question
And I'm
format
going to be
that
a
we
little
like to
faster
use.
tonight.
A little faster tonight. But we are going to ask these questions, and you can chime in the comments. And if we can help you, we will. If not, we'll have you direct you to your stylist. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're going to start with the why, and I'm going to ask you, Mary Grace, why is direct sales so important? Like, tell these fine people what direct sales is, how it differs from multi-level marketing, and why people choose direct sales.
Yeah. Okay. So direct sales, really what you're doing is you're running your own business. So you're getting all of the benefits of running your own business, but because you're representing a company, you're getting all of the wonderful perks that comes with that. So you're not taking the risks that you do when you run your own business. Like you don't have the overhead and all that good stuff. So we have just found it to be the perfect, started out as the perfect side gig, ended up being like my real thing, my permanent thing. But if you're looking for a way to make extra money around the schedule that you can keep because you don't have anybody else telling you when and where you have to work, then it's just, I think it's like the greatest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Especially here at Park Lane, which we'll talk about more. I'm going to consolidate some of this, but here at Park Lane, we don't have any minimums or anything. Like people a lot of times will say, what do I have to do? And with every other direct sales company that I know of, they have minimums. They have something that you have to do every month, or you're allowed to maybe take a month off here or there. I'm not sure. But there are definitely things that you have to meet, or you either can't be a rep anymore, or maybe you had earned a certain title or something and you're going to lose the title if you don't. Yeah. So we love that here at Park Lane. It really is do with it what you want around the schedule that you can adhere to. And of course, that might change from day to day. But I love that aspect of it. I've been in how long have you been in direct sales, Janine?
31 years.
31 years. And I'm like something like that, 20 something.
Too long.
20 something years. Yeah. And I discovered it by accident because I went to a party and they had this little slip of paper that you could check if you were interested in information about the job. I didn't go there looking for another job, but I just thought this looks really fun. I could do this. And of course, I needed more money. Everybody needs more money, right?
Absolutely.
So after that, and when I started doing it and realizing, like, oh my gosh, this little side gig is really changing the life of my family. And then I was able to do totally direct sales. After that, like I have become such a proponent of this, and I want as many people to discover it as possible because it's life changing stuff. And just being here and watching this, you guys, you have what it takes because 95% of the population is into failure avoidance.
Right.
And they won't even look at something like this. So if someone said, you should look at direct sales, you should look at what I do. And sometimes I think, Janine, it's because it's so easy to get into. And I think if we had like a one position available and we ran an ad, the line would be 3 times around the block.
100%.
Right. But I think it's because I don't know if people had an experience where they felt like someone hounded them or bugged them. No, we're not going to beg you to come and make hundreds of thousands of dollars with us, but we do want to make sure as many of you know about this wonderful gift as possible. And maybe you're not in a place where you need or want extra money or socialization or whatever it is that you're looking for, but you will know somebody who does. So send them our way. We love to gift them.
Well, and let's chit chat about that super quickly because also people that have already been in direct sales, we have our direct to point program. So there's a ton of people watching tonight. Drop in the comments if you've ever sold anything for a company. If you've been a direct seller, if you've been a party plan person, if you were in MLM, put it in the comments and let us know. Mary Grace, talk to them about that really quick.
Yeah, because Park Lane is the only direct sales company that, because we're family owned, so they're going to do things the way that's going to be best as if we're their family. And they recognize experience, which makes total logical sense to me. All of you have had some kind of career in your lifetime or job, or your husband or, father. Everybody has had some. And it's always, if they decide to change jobs or if they have like talent scouts calling them or headhunters, it's always to bring them in at a level that is commensurate with what their experience deserves. We do the same thing here at Park Lane. If you've experienced direct sales, then we are going to recognize that and we're going to give you the title and the pay level that recognizes the experience that you're bringing here to Park Lane. You don't have to start all over. So that is a wonderful, wonderful perk. So be sure to ask us about that if you've had direct sales experience.
Very big. If you've had direct sales experience or have been in anything like that, you want to tell your stylist that because you could be someone who we would interview to bring in laterally. So that's kind of cool as well. So now that we know what direct sales is, let's talk about jewelry. Why does jewelry fit in so easily?
Yeah, so direct sales is a model where we are a party plan business. We're able to give people free stuff for sharing our product with their family and friends. We absolutely love that. And it just means direct to consumer, right? Like we serve as a liaison between the company.
Right.
So both Janine and I took advantage of the direct to point program when we came here. Janine was a basket lady, I was a candle lady.
Yes.
Um, and we fell into it because we were collectors, or because, like
Yeah.
my story, I went to a party, I liked the product, blah blah blah. Both of our companies are no longer around. um but I guess where I want to go with this is we fell into what we did and we loved it, but then we were savvy. And then after that, our company, we started to have some misgivings. Like I left 5 years before my company went under because I saw it happening. Then I knew, like, this is a great gig. I want to do direct sales. And then I
Mhm.
really thought about it, though. I'm like, but what product do I want to represent? And all of the research came back with jewelry. And
Right.
it's actually the same reason that the Levine family chose jewelry for Park Lane way back in 1955, is they did their research. So maybe some things you never thought about, because you might not even be a huge jewelry lover, you know? So, but let me tell you some of the things, okay? Most people are. And what's so cool about it is the market is so big. So it's
Right.
not just, reduced to a certain age group or a certain demographic. It's not
Right.
even just reduced to just men or women. Men buy a lot of jewelry for women, and they buy it for themselves now too. Women buy a lot of jewelry for themselves. So it's a huge market. Is it going to go anywhere? Is it a fad? No, jewelry is
No.
not a fad. It's been around for
Factory.
over 100,000 years. And we show projections of $43 billion in this market. So it's not going anywhere. It's
Right.
growing, growing, growing. It's always great when you run your own business to have a way to advertise that's not costing you any money. And we run around with this jewelry on all the time, as do all of the people that we meet or have sold to, right? So it's bringing us back referrals all the time. People start conversations over our jewelry. That is amazing. It's a feel good product. I mean, it's actually been proven to raise like your serotonin levels and stuff.
I
One of
love
the
that.
number one gifts in the world: candy, flowers, and
Jewel.
jewelry, an
Yeah.
emotional connection. I mean, you laughed last time I said this, but you don't really hear anyone on their deathbed with everybody around saying who you're going to leave your candles to. Like
So funny.
it's jewelry,
True.
right? Yeah. From our standpoint, very inexpensive to ship, should we ever need to. Park Lane does most of it. No, it takes up really little space. So if we have any inventory at all, which we don't buy our inventory, but if we choose to
Right.
keep anything, it doesn't take up much room. And did I touch on everything?
You did.
Okay.
I'm very impressed because you got through all that. I mean, you're just rifling them off tonight. I'm super excited. And there's a ton of people watching, so please drop in the comments. Let us know you're here. So now let's chit chat about, now that we know why jewelry is such a great option when it comes to direct sales, why Park Lane jewelry?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so once I decided jewelry, then I started to check out other companies. So
Yeah,
really I'm giving you a very educated response, not just like a you want to come here because I'm here. Although that is a good reason.
it's a good
But
reason.
I literally did the research. It's as if you wanted to buy a vacuum cleaner and your best friend comes in and says, I love my vacuum cleaner. You would skip all the rest. So I'm trying to skip you some work. Okay, so first of all, beautiful, beautiful jewelry. So many other companies, direct sales companies in jewelry. What I found is that, with the exception of Park Lane, they all had like a super spotlight romance product, meaning everything was around a certain type of jewelry. You'll
Right.
know what I'm talking about when I say this. So maybe it was mostly charms, mostly silver, right? You're probably already thinking of company. Swarovski crystals, pearls. Okay, you get it. With Park Lane, I noticed like it's full service. Okay. We also are the longest running jewelry company, direct sales jewelry company in the world. So that's great. Our company is cash rich and debt free. And well, that's about Park Lane, not about jewelry. But all of those things made me choose Park Lane. We are talking about Park Lane. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm still at the hospital in my head.
It's okay.
Okay,
It's
so
okay. You're doing great.
yeah. The no minimums. I mean, you guys, like, really, when someone says, "What do I have to do?" I'm like, you don't have to do anything. I mean, if you want to get paid and you want to make money, and we're here to train you, we have all of the tools that you need in order to help you get started. And we have this company behind us that is pumping more and more money into us day after day after day because they can afford to because they don't have any debt. And when
Yeah.
we really noticed it, didn't we, Janine, was when COVID hit.
During the C word. Yes.
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 And they, oh my gosh, other companies were really in
Yeah.
crisis, going
Yeah.
under, laying people off. And we've grown in leaps and bounds. We just added a whole new component where 78% of our peeps do strictly online
Online.
business, which was kind of a new thing as a result of COVID. We have all the tools here for you to use. We have team tools that I pay somebody to make that you can just
does.
take over. Yeah. So I also, in addition to that, we have these programs that make us the most popular. We have a customer sale that our customers love. In fact, so many of our customers go, "Do you mean that's what you get if you have a show?" And we're like, "No, that's what you get just because you're
As a
buying.
client.
It's
Yeah.
buy 2 for regular, get 4 for half." People get a lot for their money. They're very excited about what they get for their money. And also, generally, our average order is over $100. They're
Right.
walking out of there with 6 or 7 pieces for $100. So they're thrilled. Well, guess what? We get paid a percentage of what they buy. So we're thrilled too. I mean, come on, aren't we all in this for profit? So our average order is over $100. And when you
Mhm.
start with Park Lane, you start at a 30% commission, and you
Yeah.
could go all the way up to a 50% commission.
Yeah.
So every single time you're taking an average order, you're making like $10. I mean, you're making like $33 an hour, not
Yeah.
even less, because you take a minute to take an order,
Yep.
So it's all of those things. Highest paid in the industry,
Yep.
2 trips a year, free jewelry every month. Even if you were a jewelry buyer, you should be a jewelry seller. Because imagine if you could take advantage of the sale, the hostess program, and then also get a paycheck every week for 30% back on, or 50 on what you bought from yourself. These are all really super powerful reasons to look into doing Park Lane.
Oh my goodness. And also we earn not just cash, but we earn jewelry every
Oh
single
yeah,
month.
every month.
So here
Yeah.
you are selling to your friends and family that love it because jewelry makes them feel good. I mean, it's a feel good product all around. Okay. So you're selling to people that it makes them feel great. They feel put together. You've done a great service for them. You're getting paid in cash on the back end, and then you're able to choose free jewelry on top of that as a perk, because that's just one of the perks. I always say to people, I know you get paid weekly, but do you get paid in cash and a product from your company, or do you
Oh my
just get paid
gosh.
in cash? Think about it.
My husband always
Free jewelry
loved
is awesome.
the little secret ways that you profit. So he would say things like that. He'd say, you realize, he goes, usually we would spend our money to go on a vacation.
Yeah.
You're making money when you're earning those vacations, and we get to go on vacation for free. He's like, it's like double dipping. Same with the free jewelry that we get in a month. Instead of buying any jewelry, I'm earning free jewelry, and therefore a significant portion of like my gift giving is free.
Yes.
So there are a lot of benefits. And you guys, a lot of people don't know this. So I have to tell you this. In fact, I was working on my taxes today, but
Oh yeah.
one of the fastest ways to become rich in America, according to the Idiot's Guide to Getting Rich, is to open your own business. And they go through how people are so fearful of things like that, even something like direct sales like this, where there's no risk, but you will make money just by owning your own business because of the write-offs.
Yeah.
So, any jewelry that you buy is a write off because it's going to be to build your business. You're out wearing it, right? Your gas, your mileage, portions of your house. I can't go into it all right now, but it's something super smart to check out. And I hate to be stereotypical, but that's a really good one to talk to like a partner about, because sometimes it's the men that think we're just going to spend all our money and that we're not going to really make any money. And when you can tell them about the tax write-offs, that makes sense to them immediately. Yeah. Sometimes they're more taken with saving money than thinking you're going to make money. And you're going to do all of it.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Also, when your partner sees you succeeding because you're actually doing parties and getting paid weekly, I think that supersedes everything. You know, guys, Mary Grace is being pretty humble here. She's not really hitting you with everything she does for her organization, but this woman blows it out of the park. Not only does she pay to have, she invests a tremendous amount in her business, which helps all of us. Okay. So we have basically a cut and paste business if we want it, because we are given free tools to do marketing all the way through the entire month. We are given free trainings all of the time. She has a leader team built up of women and a few good men who have been in direct sales 10, 20, 30 years in leadership positions.
So
You
good.
are not jumping into something that nobody's going to help you. You
Right.
know, you have that here, and we have that. I feel like we have that culture as an organization. And then we do perks all along the way. And there's huge perks. I don't know which ones you want to talk about, because you've
I'm going to
touched
talk
on a whole
about
bunch of
one.
them.
I'm running to my
As
kitchen
you
for
should.
one thing. 2 seconds. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going
I'm
to tell you
coming
that
back.
when you see this, you're not going to believe it. This is what I'm talking about with her humbleness. She will come up with an incentive for people to work toward, just because she wants to give you something
So I was
that
doing
you
my
would never
taxes.
do for yourself. Yes.
Thus
Yes.
far, I've come up with that I spent over $105,000
I believe that.
for like things
Incentive.
to keep you guys all excited and everything.
Incentive.
Okay, here's our latest one, and this one is for you guys. Okay, so this is
Oh my gosh, you
it's a
have it.
backpack. It's a backpack. So this is a Gucci backpack. They retail for $2,000. Okay. What I'm doing in the month of April is anyone who joins our team has a chance to win this Gucci. Now, what I did too is I bought 2 of them. I don't know what's wrong with me. I bought 2 of them. So the person that recruited you and you will each have a chance to win one when you join our team in April. So this is a huge thing right now, because we're going for like our record month, and you could be part of it. And then all that I ask is that you have a party, because when you have a party, that's your grand opening. And at your grand opening is when now your friend and your mother know that you're their jewelry lady, not the person that invited you here tonight, right? So it's a great transition. You're watching them differently because you're learning. Because, you could have been to a million shows, but if you never watch someone really do it because you're going to do it, then you haven't watched it in the same way. So we like you to be able to watch. It's on the job training. You get the hostess credit. It's the same as a regular hostess would. But you also, for $129, get to choose $600 worth of jewelry of your choice. Now, that $129, by the time you have to pay your credit card, you're also going to get paid on that show.
Yep.
So you'll have the money to pay for the $129, which is a tax write-off, so many wonderful reasons to start right now. And we're in a transitional time. Whenever you're looking in fashion at a great time to start something, it's like, okay, we're going to a new season, and people just get so super psyched about all of it. And they're like, I need to freshen up my jewelry wardrobe. And then we just dropped like what we call a spring capsule. It's just a smaller, it's not like a whole big book, but like a capsule. And we're about to drop another one for summer. And you can like be in on that whole seasonal thing. And how soon, a lot of people go, when should I start? And I'm like, well, how soon do you want to start making money? Imagine if you could have money next week because you decide to start. Imagine if you could have a Gucci purse. Imagine the people that you could share Park Lane with, because they could win a Gucci purse, and so could you. So, and
Stop
that's,
teasing
I
us.
don't even,
Hold it
I'm
up to
so
the
excited about the
camera.
purse.
Stop teasing us. Hold it up to the camera. For goodness sakes gracious. Look now, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you are buying yourself $2,000 Gucci purses? Like, let's be honest. Okay. Here's the deal. In April, all you have to do is sign up and have your party. You and your stylist who signed you are both going to go in the drawing. She bought 2, not 1 to give away just to the new person, not 1 to give away just to the seasoned vet. She bought 2 because she wants to make you feel as special as you are when you say yes to hosting with Park Lane, when you say yes to test driving the business, when you say yes to doing a dip your toe show where you're dipping your toe in the water, you're having the party, you're going to walk away with either the free jewelry, because that's what you get as a host, or the free jewelry plus the paycheck and all the perks. Okay.
Yeah, and the
Get
purse.
all of those things. So, Mary Grace, why is now the best time to join? You just said
That's
it.
why. Yeah, everything I just told you. That's
Yeah.
the best reason to join.
And then
And
some.
I want to tell you guys a little bit. Janine knows this because she knows me so well. But I am the first person in the world to say that money isn't everything. I mean,
Oh,
it's not even close to everything.
it's not
But it
everything.
does free you up. You know, it frees you up so you can take care of your own. You know, it frees you up so you can give more. It really does, you know, living and giving, you know, and it frees you up to do things that I've realized a lot of things I didn't do because I was worried about money. You know, like I
Mm-hmm.
got stuck in an airport in a blizzard not that long ago. And I remember thinking, you know what the difference is this between this and the last time this happened to me? The last time it happened to me, I was like in college and I literally was almost hysterical inside because I didn't have any money.
Sure.
You know, I go, what do you do? Well, what do you mean you go to a hotel? I can't afford a hotel. I
It
can't.
opens a
And
lot of
if you're
doors.
sleeping on the floor in an airport, you know, waiting, you know, but in this case, I was like, what a difference it makes when you have money. Because I can just go stay at a hotel, make an extra fun night of it if I have to, and I'm not like all freaked out, you know.
Yeah. Peace of
So
mind. Peace of
yes,
mind.
and so I do things like this for you guys because I want you to see what's possible. And I want you to see that I, like many of you, when we said the cost of this purse, probably thought, now that's just ridiculous. It is. It is ridiculous. But it's a huge fashion statement. And people will compliment you on this purse, which again allows you to segue into, oh, that makes me so happy. I'm in the jewelry business. This is something that I won recently. And they'll be like, what kind of, what are you doing where you get purses? So there's a method to my madness, and all of this is part of it. So
Really,
those are the
really
reasons.
quickly, really quickly. I saw a comment fly by that said, I don't know if I know enough people to sell this. What would you say to somebody that says that?
You know, everybody knows 800 people. That's what someone said to me when I said it. They're not your best friends. You know, they're not your birthday party friends.
Yeah.
But that you, wherever you are, that's where you are, and that's with you where you start. And like
Yeah.
one of the things that I think was really powerful is I only had 3 people at my first party,
Yeah.
but the teacher who taught next door to me at the time had a party. At her party, there were 6 people, and her college roommate booked a show.
Yep.
And there you go. I'd
Yep.
never met any of the people from her college before or their families, you know. So it really does just start to take on a life of its own, like you told a friend and you told a friend. And so it is. In the beginning, you feel that way, but you can never let your future be determined by where you are right now.
I love
If you
that.
want to go somewhere, you got to get out of your own way,
I love
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not, no, you know, my dad never bought a piece of jewelry for me, and you're gonna laugh,
And
but
my
I'm
mother
like,
never
but
bought one
that's
for me. I hear you.
yes,
Yeah.
but that's what people worry about, you know. And my dad loved me very much, but he's like, I don't need any jewelry, you know. So don't judge it by the people that you currently know, because you will meet the people, and we will show you how.
Ladies and gentlemen, book your party now. Get in on this Gucci drawing. Drop Gucci in the comments and tag your stylist. Let them get a date for you
Oh,
on the books. That's all we need you to do is to
I
book your
forgot to
party
tell
now.
you something.
Sorry, go ahead.
The Gucci's worth $2,000. But if you think that's just ridiculous, I don't want the Gucci, and you win, you can for an alternate prize, you can pick $1,000 in cash.
I mean,
So there you
come
go.
on.
You come on.
Oh my goodness. Ask the questions to your stylist. If you have any, I saw something fly by that said, I'm afraid of losing my social security. We can help you with that. Talk to your stylist.
No.
We've got things we can help you all with. So
Yes.
talk to your stylist. If your stylist has any questions, have them reach out personally to Mary Grace or myself. We will answer the questions for you. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're sorry we were late. The Google form is in the comments. You must fill out the Google form to be in the drawing for free jewelry. So fill it out in its entirety to get it back. We will post in the Grace and Grit studio on the business page and the group on Wednesday who our winner is. Mary Grace, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.